The intensity is rising, and the stakes have never been higher for the Boston Celtics. Reporters are urging fans to stay calm after that stunning Game 2 loss to the Philadelphia 76ers at TD Garden. While the series is tied at 1-1, experts like Noah Daltsell believe this squad has the road experience to bounce back and silence the crowd in Philly.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
We are also diving deep into the history books of the storied Boston Celtics franchise. Every player who has been drafted by the team out of Eastern Kentucky University is under the microscope today. It is a fascinating look at how the team has scouted and built its roster over the decades through the annual NBA draft. The spotlight is turning toward Derrick White, who finds himself under heavy fire after a horrendous start to the series against the Philadelphia 76ers. Reporters like Bobby Manning are questioning his recent shooting slump during these playoffs. If the Celtics want a deep postseason run, they need their star guard to snap out of this cold streak immediately. Despite the shooting struggles, Derrick White has officially been awarded the 2025-26 NBA Sportsmanship Award for his professionalism on the court. It is a huge honor for the veteran guard, who is now shifting his focus entirely to the critical Game 3 showdown. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update on our playoff coverage. Ever felt like the sky was falling just because of one bad night at the office? Well, if you're a Boston Celtics fan, you're probably feeling exactly that after a shocking 111-97 beatdown by the 76ers in Game 2 at TD Garden. But before you go burning your jerseys or swearing off the playoffs, let's take a breath and look at the reality of the situation. Sure, losing at home hurts, but the series is tied at 1-1, and anyone acting like the season is over might need a history lesson. As Celtics beat reporter Noah Daltsell pointed out, there is absolutely no reason to panic right now. Think about it. The Celtics have been in this exact position before, losing home Game 2s and promptly turning around to dominate on the road. Let's look at the stats. This squad was one of the league's most lethal road teams all season, finishing with a 26-15 record away from Boston. They aren't just talented, they're battle-tested. This roster has been playing with their backs against the wall for years, and history suggests they thrive on that kind of pressure. Philadelphia is going to be a hostile environment, no doubt, but that's exactly where elite teams define their legacy. If they drop Game 3, then maybe we can have a conversation about cause for concern. But until then, keep your heads up. Playoff basketball is a game of adjustments, not just singular results. So, do you think Boston has the mental toughness to steal momentum back in Philly, or are you seeing cracks in the armor? Drop a comment below with your prediction for Game 3, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all our latest NBA coverage. At the end of the day, true championship runs are never a smooth ride. They're built on how you respond when the pressure hits its peak. Ever wondered about the hidden gems in Boston Celtics history? We usually talk about the legends drafted from powerhouse schools, but the Celtics scouting department has never been afraid to look off the beaten path, even in the smallest corners of college basketball. Today, we're diving into the history books to uncover the players who paved their way from Eastern Kentucky University all the way to the Celtics draft board. It is a fascinating look at the long game of NBA talent acquisition. First up, let's head back to 1961. The Celtics selected a prospect from EKU in the 4th round, the 40th pick overall. He had 3 solid years under his belt in college, but the jump to the pros is brutal. Unfortunately, this particular player didn't quite make the final cut to land a spot on the storied Celtics roster. It serves as a reminder that for every superstar drafted, there are countless others whose professional dreams faced the harsh reality of the league's roster limits. Fast forward to 1968, and the Celtics were at it again, picking another EKU standout in the 3rd round. This time, the pick held more weight. He arrived with 3 years of college experience and actually managed to secure a 2-season stint with the team. It is a testament to the grit required to stick around in Boston during that era. While these names might not be in the rafters, They are a vital part of the tapestry that makes Celtics history so rich. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the draft archives, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more obscure basketball history. And for even more legendary stories, check out our podcast, Have Lice Extol the Pod, available on all major platforms. After all, every single pick tells a story, and the real magic of the NBA is found in the paths we rarely talk about. Is Derrick White the weakest link in Boston's championship chain? That's the question haunting TD Garden right now. After being tapped to help carry the offensive load in Jason Tatum's shadow, White has hit a wall that has fans and critics absolutely sweating. While he's always been an elite defender, his offensive efficiency has cratered, dropping to a career-worst 39.4% from the floor. But the real panic isn't about the regular season anymore. It's about what we are witnessing right now against the 76ers. In the first 2 games of this series, White has looked like a shell of himself, shooting a brutal 31.8% overall and a measly 23.5% from behind the arc. Game 1 was a breeze, so the poor shooting flew under the radar, but in the Game 2 loss, it was a glaring liability. Reporter Bobby Manning didn't mince words, basically calling out the constant bricklaying and suggesting that if you aren't worried about White, you simply haven't been paying attention. This is a massive shift from the guy who was playing like an all-star during Boston's deep run 2 years ago with those lethal 40, 5-40-90 shooting splits. The reality is simple. The Celtics can't afford to play 4-on-5 on a fence if they want to raise another banner. If they're going to get past Philly, White needs to rediscover his rhythm immediately, because hope is not a strategy. If you think White can turn it around and get his shot back on track, hit that like button and let us know in the comments. At this level, missing shots isn't just a slump, it's a gamble with the entire season on the line. What does it take to be the most respected man in the NBA? For Derrick White, it seems to be a level of composure that borders on the superhuman. We have some major news out of Boston. Celtics guard Derrick White has officially been crowned the winner of the 2025-26 NBA Sportsmanship Award. This is a massive back-to-back win for the Celtics organization, following Jrue Holiday's victory last season, and it really speaks to the culture currently thriving in Boston. White didn't just stumble into this. He secured it with the most second-place votes and a pile of first-place nods from his peers. And when your opponents and teammates vote for you, you know the respect is real. The Sportsmanship Award, named after the legendary Joe Dumars, isn't about stats or highlight reels. It's about embodying the game's core ideals on the hardwood. Funny enough, White is actually famous among his teammates for being impossible to rattle. Jason Tatum and the rest of the squad have spent years teasing him, practically begging him to pick up a technical foul just to see if he was actually human. Well, White finally gave in this season, picking up 2 techs, but it took him 9 years to get there. That kind of restraint is almost unheard of in the modern, high-intensity NBA. But while he's currently polishing that Joe Dumars trophy, White's eyes are locked on a much bigger prize. The Celtics are in the middle of a gritty playoff battle, tied 1-1 with the Philadelphia 76ers, heading into a pivotal Game 3 at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. The road to the Larry O'Brien Trophy never stops, and White knows that being a good sport is great, but winning a championship is legacy-defining. If you want to keep up with all the post-game breakdowns and behind-the-scenes talk, make sure to check out our podcast, Have Lice Extol the Pod, on Blue Wire, iTunes, or our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of our coverage. At the end of the day, it's refreshing to see a player like Derrick White get his flowers. But in the playoffs, respect doesn't put points on the board. Can White's composure lead Boston past Philly on Friday night?